के ढेर में राई का दाना, रंग बिरंगा बैल सयाना।
घास के ढेर में राई का दाना, रंग बिरंगा बैल सयाना।
तुझे पहर में टूटता तारा, पानी पे तिरता पद का पारा ना।
Hello everyone, I'm Melina Shake, the host for today's session. We, the Cave Hackfest 2022 team, is bringing you this event with the motive to provide an opportunity for you to showcase your skills and become part of this excellent learning sharing culture. Cave Hackfest 2022 has partnered with Major League Hacking and is powered by Boost Games, which were the diamond tie sponsor for the event. Similarly, the event has GitHub and Solana as golden tie sponsors, Deffolio, Polygon, Tech Himalaya, and Angel Swing as silver tie sponsor, Filecoin as bronze tie sponsor, and Taxet, Interview Cake, Azure, Digital Ocean, Replit, Clarky, Balsamic, and Eco 3D as the general sponsors. I would like to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors for this event. Could not have come this far without their support. We are now bringing to you a session on why so few women in engineering. We have among us Ms. Sulata Dhakal, who will be joining us on stage soon to conduct session. Ms. Dhakal is the Program Director of Smart Cheli. Without any further ado, we would like to welcome her on stage for this informative session. This session will be 45 minutes long, and we expect everyone to learn something from this fruitful session.
Okay, hello everyone. So I have uploaded the slides. So will it be visible? Yeah. Okay. So will the tech team will continue with the slide change? Okay. So I have to change my slide myself. Okay. Fine. Okay. So I'm going to start my session. So everything is visible right now, right? Okay. So hello everyone. I'm so happy to be given chance to interact with you all through this online platform. Thank you so much KU Hackfest team for inviting me in this talk session. Disclaimer for everyone, like who is like here for getting some tech related knowledge. I'm not here for sharing any tech related knowledge or any training sessions. But this is going to be a talk slash awareness kind of session where you might be able to you might not be able to learn some skills out of this session, but I hope you will learn something valuable and different at the end of the session. So once again, welcome everyone. As you all can see, this session is titled Why So Few Women in Engineering. Firstly, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Sulata Dhakal. I'm Program Director of non-profit organization called Smart Cheli. And beside that, I'm also a lecturer at Advanced Engineering College. So next, so this session will be breaking down into 5 categories. There are statics of women in engineering, theories on gender gap in engineering, and does this gap matters, and K to 12 class and young girls, and also I'll talk about our organization, Smart Cheli. So first of all, I would like to say that total population of female in Nepal is 50%. So can anyone guess like how many female students are there in engineering college? So obviously you can see that there is a gap. Like there are fewer females. While I was studying my civil engineering course, I am a civil engineering graduate, and also I have done my master's in structural engineering. So while I was doing my civil engineering, there were like 10 or 8 to 10, 8 to 10 girls civil engineers out of 96 total students. So, but the things that I found out is like after 4 years, the 10 became 7. So there were like 3 people that they were dropping out. So this shows the gap which can be clearly seen in the statics. But also as I'm teaching in an engineering college, so you can also guess how many female lecturers are there in engineering college. So can you guess? Like, can you just imagine how many female lecturers are there in engineering college? Not many, right? Obviously, because as in civil engineering faculty, there are few engineering students who are like engineering graduates who are being who are being lecturers. So of course, the first percentage is less, but I want to see the exact number of female engineering graduates in Nepal. So I went to Nepal Engineering Council website and downloaded their data, which was free to extract, and then also I sorry. So I downloaded their data and analyzed those data. So here are some findings. So what does the statistics says about the so Nepal Engineering Council? Those data was about up to 2019. So it shows that the the female graduates in computer engineering classes is 18%. So the female populations that have graduated in computer engineering is 18% out of total. And also in software engineering is 15%, and in information technology it is 14%, and in electronics and communication is 12%. So you can see the pattern, right? Like how it is decreasing from tech to now. You will see that in civil engineering it's 9%. So obviously, out of 10 students, there will be only 9 civil engineering in female in civil engineering class. And now for the last, that you can see that in mechanical engineering, obviously there is only 2% of female graduates in mechanical engineering. So this, what does this shows? This, of course, this shows the how female there is the prevailing gap, right? So you can see clearly from the statistics that there is prevailing gap. So on average it's just 12% female graduate in engineering. So in Nepal as a whole, who has been registered in Nepal Engineering Council, so as a whole engineer that has been registered in Nepal Engineering Council, there is only 12% of female graduates. So so you now can think that why there is this gap. So there are few theories that has shown that the prevailing gap in STEAM in engineering field has few theories that are like first theory is talk about leaky pipeline. So, and second is greater male variance theory, and third is cognitive gender differences. So, while talking about the leaky pipeline theory, you can see that this means while moving up in their studies and in career, female tend to drop out heavily at every step, causing this leaky pipeline. So, I will talk about this more in next slide as well. So number two is greater male variance theory. That is shows that after few researchers, it has been shown that in STEAM subjects such as science, math, the we expect less difference between boys and girls. That means we there is a various grade variability in boys and girls studies and marking in STEAM subject. And so number three is cognitive gender differences. Like you can also say that in various researches, the finding has been that there has shown the spatial skills of young boys is better than a young girls. So this theory is also kind of shows that why there is a gender gap in this kind of engineering field. And also, I was coming towards the first point. So leaky pipeline. I was talking about how my friends as well, my colleague as well who graduated, there are like how 10 people from my schools has been reduces to 7 people's. So this is an example of leaky pipeline, right? So coming towards the number one, there has been finding that in primary school level, girls like science and math as much as boys. Like boys also like science and math, and girls also like science and math. But while surveying students from grade 5 and below, most of the girls' favorite subject was science and math. So we also through Smart Cheli, we also go through different kind of schools, and we teach them STEAMs related workshops and training. So while also surveying those students, we can see that from like below 5 grade, they tend to say that their favorite subject is science and math. But while you what the stat is completely different, like it's completely different while surveying the students in secondary level, like where the students in grade 8 and 9, and they tends to say that, oh no, computer, no, it's not for me, maths is so hard for me. So there is the gap, like from the same girls who used to love science and math in grade 5 tends to say that it's the hard subject for them in grade 8. So why these 3 years has changed their perspective. So this is a gender gap we are talking about. We tends to talk about why this is happening, and this is one of the reason. I'm not saying that this is the only reason that has causing the gender gap, but I'm just talking about this is also the one of the reason. And the reason, the cause behind that reason can be various factors, such as like there may be stereotypical biasness. There may be things that conditions that has caused females to only like not like science and math, or then that may be the choice of the female to not that not feel like this is my subject. So there are various factors which is causing this gap, but we need to think about the next thing, that is, does this gap matters? So the first we have to talk about like why this gap matters. So you may think like, okay, you talked about all the things, all you talked about how female are less represented in engineering classes, how females are less represented in civil engineering classes, and also in mechanical engineering, also in tech related classes. But the question is there, always there, like, does this gap matters? So if no, if less females are there, less females are there in this engineering field, then does this matters? So but I'm here to say that it completely matters, because engineering is about innovation, right? So it's about building things, and building things for everyone, not just for male, not just for any other only one gender. It's for all people. So we are making goods and making things, making product, and making app and everything for people, for all the people. So equal representation in this engineering field can enhance the innovation. So it will enhance the innovation. uh, it will enhance the innovation by like how each groups, how each people can bring out their own like understanding and own perspective of the subject, right? So underrepresentation of any group, not, I'm just not talking about underrepresentation of female group, but underrepresentation of one group will also will also completely change the progress of the subject. So this will one also expand the also expand the qualified employee pool. Like I also told about, like there are 50% female population. So if 50% are represented and 50% are there in engineering field, then of course the qualified employee pooling will expand, right? So inclusion of women in STEAM or in engineering add a new dimension in application of those ideas in engineering, in creativity and growth. growth, like the making the product creativity, making the product inclusive for everyone. um, the representation matters also. um, Also, the obviously the contribution of a female, that is 50% of population, can't be ignored. So the equal representation will promote equality. And as I am a big book person, like I love reading books and talking about books, so I have recommended you the book, one of the most stick out book from for me, that is Invisible Woman, which talks about data bias in old design for men. Like is the book title, right? Book is titled like Invisible Woman, exposing the data bias in the old design for men. So the title can kind of sound like harsh, but the I would recommend this book because the findings and the statistics she has shown in that book is like incredible. Like she has shown how female how the cell phone industry has been taking data from maximum males, and then how the data has been taken from male perspective, and how female kind of have to grab the phone, like it's hard for a female to grab the phone. And like if I talk about it, like it will be long video. So I will just cut it here, and I'll just recommend you to read this book because it is like it will show you different kind of perspective. So it's everyone, like in every circle I go, I just recommend this book to everyone. So I hope some of you will read this book as well. So in next slide, I am talking about quotes that has actually that I am a true believer of, and it says that um, like seeing is believing. So it's just a short course, but it's like I'm a true big believer of this quote, and it says that like when you are a young woman growing up, like you see female in your household, in your you see females in your schools, and you gather something from the surrounding, like the environment shapes you, right? So while growing up, you need to see that possible career path. So you need to see the possible career path for you. Otherwise, it won't actually come into your consciousness. It won't actually come into your mind. Like this can also be possible. So it is kind of short and sweet course that has really stood out to me. Like truly, if you won't see something, then you won't believe in that. And growing up for young girls and young women, and it also applies to young boys and young men, everyone. And growing up, you need to see the possible career path, so possible thing, like and it will it if not, then it won't come into your consciousness. You won't like believe that it is possible. So this is the most important course I always talk about, like like if also talking about my experience, how I joined civil engineering was like I saw my father as my role model, right? So my father is also an civil engineer, and while growing up, like he used to bring so big maps of blueprint of a house, and then I'll be like, okay, what is this? Why is this so big? And why is this the numbers around and everything? And it kind of made me interested in this field, and this is something that you have to understand, and this is something that changes you while you are in your young career, while you are young. So so I have also met many female engineers who have grown up while growing up, they get used to computers, they get used to technology, and then they get to know, like, this is the field and this is right for me, and this is also the possibility I can also be involved in this field, no matter how few female populations, female are there in this field, but I will be able to excel this because I love this field, and I have the passion for technology, I have the passion for computer, I have the passion for designing a building, I have a passion for designing a bridge. And this this is a representations that matters. And female role models is something that is really important. Female role models, and providing someone to mentor anyone, like mentor a young girls, is really important in the phase of young girls, like while they are growing up. So so that's why uh, we have, like, our organization. So our organization is named Smart Cheli, and it's a female-led social enterprise which is balancing gender gap in STEAM field. So STEAM stands for science, technology, engineering, and math. So so in all these four fields, science, engineering, science, technology, engineering, and math, there are like less number of females. The gender bias is like clearly shown in that field. So what we do is, we have some approaches where how we go into schools, and how we like encourage females in in the field of STEAM. So coming about that, like, we are providing STEAM workshops, such as we provide coding workshop, and we also provide kind of like robotics workshops, and then electronics workshop. And also we kind of tend to mix uh, computer and electronics related things, and we provide, we make, we maintain, the thing is, like, we maintain interest and help girls to see themselves in those fields. We are not like forcing anyone to go and like come to us and like join STEM field, but we are just maintaining this interest. Like, I have just told talk about, like, how from fifth grade the girls are in, like, girls who are enjoying science and math are not enjoying science and math in eighth grade. So this, for maintaining those interest in science and math and computer, we are just igniting the flame. It's not about like we are forcing anyone, just we are just igniting the flames. We are just maintaining the interest and helping girls see themselves in this field. and and like, in next slide, I'm showing that how, what are the approaches we are doing, we are talking about is, like, we provide 3 months long mentorship programs. So next, in few months, like in 1 month, after 1 month, we will be announcing mentorship program as well. We have already conducted two cohort of mentorship programs, which is like 3 months long, and the mentorship program is for those girls who have passed high school level, like plus two levels and A levels, and they can join our mentorship programs, where uh, we will connecting them with their mentors. Like, the girl, if some girls come here and say, like, I'm interested in biotechnology, I'm interested to do something in biotechnology, is it okay if I pursue my career in biotechnology? Then we will provide them with the mentor who has already, who has already graduated from biotechnology, and then we will connect them together, so they can and talk about the field and talk about the experience, how she went into biotechnology, and how she, like, kind of graduated from this, and how she is doing in her job. So that's one thing that we do. And then next thing, we also collaborate with schools and local governments. And in schools, what we do is we provide them 2 months long STEAM programs. So STEAM programs means we will provide them with uh, coding workshops, such as we will start with scratch programming, and then we will maintain their interest in computing, and maintain their interest in games, and how they can go into like how they can excel in computer, how they can like make a game, develop a game in computer. And then we'll also go on with the electronics and robotic workshops, and we'll talk about just the things that we learned in science. So it's just like example, like parallel series and series combinations, like parallel combination and series combinations, the light connections, the simple things that just encourage and ignite the flame in the girls. And then for the consistency, we developed the coding club inside the schools as well. And during this lockdown as well, we have conducted various coding classes, which are obviously virtual. And then we have also graduated many girls from these 2 months long coding classes. And the growth that we see in those girls from first class to last class is something which is very rare to us. Like it's like precious to us. The girls who are not sure what coding is, and who are not sure what algorithm is, and they come and learn, and then they develop a game. Like it's a scratch game obviously, but the algorithm that we teach and algorithm they understand is something like valuable for us. And and that's the something that our whole organization cherishes, the improvement in young girls, and improvement in their skills, and the improvement in saying just like, okay, I know computer. And I just want to remember one experience where we went to a community school, and then we went to community school, and then there were a few girls, and we went to a computer lab. And the first in it was a first class obviously, and the one girl was like, I don't know how to turn on the computer as well, like. And later, after 4 sessions and 5 sessions, she was so confident in turning in like working in computer. Like she told us, like, I may not be able to I may not be uh, I will not be able to continue my career in science or engineering, but I know I will be able to use this computer and do something in computer in my career. Like she will be interested in accounting as well, but she needs computer, right? And in account, I will use this computer in accounting and do my things in Excel. And that's the growth that we are talking about, and that's the growth that matters. And we are not like talking about like you need to be interested in STEM, but in engineering, but the growth, you are capable of that growth. That is the thing that we are encouraging in young girls. And on the next slides, I just want to talk about like educating young girls in STEM subjects just be the first step, like because awareness is important, and making young girls just understand that this is the path, this can be the path, is the first step. But later on, ensuring they feel that they belong and they are heard in this field is the next path. And this how like young girls are like underrepresented in STEM field and in engineering field as well. We have seen that this has majorly this will majorly impact on the society, and it has as well impacted in some cases. But continuing this trend will obviously impact along, will bring a bigger impact. So it's the right time to be a change, and it's the right time to change this perspective in the society, and change and bring a change, and provide young girls just an opportunity. We just an opportunity to see that, okay, this is also the field where I can excel. Okay, this is also the field that I can go into, is the first step. And also with that, I just wanted to share the, like one of my experience with my mentee. uh, like she talked, like we were talking about things about technology, we were talking about things that was like robots, and we were talking about astronomy and everything about Elon Musk. And then, and out of a sudden she told me that this is the, and I never get a chance to talk about these things with any other people. I'm so happy to find you as a mentor, where I can talk about any naughty things, like such as Elon Musk. I can talk about robots. I can talk about how Elon Musk is trying to like conquer, like colonize Mars and everything, and everything like. And this is something that brings joy to us, and this is something small things that bring joy to us. And and those young girls are allowed to see that opportunity. Those young girls are allowed to see that opportunity, and they are allowed to have a thought like, this place is mine, and this field is mine, and this is a field that I can excel. And this and as a human beings, as a human beings, we all need to ensure that the opportunity is given to them, and not just say that they won't be like stereotypical. We have a stereotypical mind that they won't be able to excel this because this is a male dominated field. It will be hard for her, but just letting her see the opportunity that field can provide, and is the most important thing, and it's the first thing that we can do as a human being for young girls around us. So later on, we can insecure that they belong and in the workforce, and also while they are studying, actually studying like engineering field, then they have to make them we have to make them feel that they belong and they are heard in this field. So this is like, thank you so much. Like I'm just, I maybe 5 minutes uh, of time, or more than 5 minutes, but thank you so much for listening to my talk, and I hope you learned something interesting and something useful in this talk session. And I hope that you will be ensuring that young girls will be provided with the opportunity to excel in STEM field, in science field, and in engineering field. And thank you so much for listening. And thank you so much, KU Hackfest, for inviting me once again. Thank you. And I hope that this Hackfest will be a successful. And I think this team is amazing, and how I have seen how you are growing, and how every session is like interesting and engaging. And I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sulata Didi. Now, I would like to request all our participants to continue hacking. All the best for the rest of the event. Thank you.
Thank you.